All right, guys. I'm working on the 1990 Bronco 2 here, and I'm swapping a diesel engine out of an 86 Ford Ranger into it. And when I did that, it's got an FM145 manual transmission, and the shifters on these are known to be extremely sloppy. So what I have here is a quick fix on how to take some of that slop out and make that shifter a lot better for pennies on the dollar. So here we go. All right, guys, so here I am in the Bronco, and here is the original bushing that was in this white cup. And that rode on top of the shift tower, and clearly it deteriorates, and that's what gives you the slop. Actually, when I found this, that it was not even in the cup anymore. It was somehow pushed up above. Maybe the previous owner had it apart or whatever. But anyhow, let me show you how I put this thing together. I'm going to try to make this quick. So here is an R-shaped cotter pin that I wanted to use in case I needed to replace O-rings and so on and so forth. Now, what I had to do to get this apart was, this is the little machine detent that kind of holds the shifter boot from dropping down any lower. All right, here's that detent I was talking about. You have to file this off. File it down so that the washer will slip over it. You'll have to file it down here and down here at the bottom where the washer originally rode below it. So again, you'll have to file these two down, front and back, to be able to get the assembly apart. So anyhow, this is the original washer. I'll pull that off. This is the gas spring. It's 2 3/4 of an inch long, 7/8 in diameter, and the actual coil material is 3/32 in diameter. So it's got fairly good tension, fairly strong. So this is a 3/8 washer that I found, kind of oddly shaped, but hey, it worked for the purpose. So for your build, this could depend. You know, you might end up using a thinner washer, which would then, you know, you might want to drill this hole a little bit lower. But since I have that out, well, let me keep going. So I have a washer to ride in between this steel and plastic, just to give it something to wear against instead of the plastic itself. So I'll pull that off. This is the factory original cup, and that matches the same profile as this. And then I've got 3 washers down here. These are all plumbing washers. I got this nice assorted plumbing washers in various sizes. So you guys have this or can find this or whatever. Again, it's whatever you guys can find. I could give you all the sizes, but it's just whatever works. So I just used all various different rubber O-rings and washers to make this work. So I'm not going to pull that apart, but I got three washers down inside of here up against the ball to give it a little bit of pressure. Now, when you guys tear this apart, you can see there's the machine detent I was talking about that I had to file off. This washer was below that with that cup, and that's why it had so much slop, because it could move up and down because there was nothing holding it, and that's why it was just so sloppy. So anyway, by putting that spring, it holds it up and makes it a lot tighter. So anyhow, I took a measurement from the plastic ball to this hole for you guys. Now in my case, this measurement was 2.5 inches. So again, if you guys are using a thinner washer down here, this measurement to get the proper spring range, and again, what I did, put it all together, put a little spring tension on it, and then marked it and drilled it. So you guys may end up having to do the same thing. But as you can see, I've got several washers in here, two that are the exact same diameter as the shifter, one that was kind of the dimension of this, the inner dimension of the the shift tower, and then obviously I had this larger one just to fill a little bit of void around the top of the shift tower. So I'll go ahead and just put all this back together. Slip that back on. Slip this small O-ring that I was using just to protect go ahead and, there you go, you can see it there. Drop that big washer on there. Drop the spring back on. Drop the washer on. And then I won't be able to put this back together and hold the phone at the same time, so I'll put that back together for you. All right, so I got it back together again, and I measured this. It's about a little over 3/4 of an inch of movement when it's in gear. So right here at the top. So I didn't think that was super bad. Like I say, definitely a lot better, and really almost hardly any movement up and down or back and forth, but just a little bit left or right. But this way, it's much nicer. So you get much more positive feeling when going into gear. So you know you are where you need to be. All right, guys. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. If you got an FM145, this should help a sloppy shifter a bit. But as you can see, this is my 1990 Bronco 2, and I'm swapping that 2.3 turbo diesel out of an 86 Ranger. So if you guys are digging that, check back to the channel because I'll soon have some content related to that coming up soon. So thanks a lot. We'll catch you on the next one.